Okay, just a small video here. This should literally be a couple of minutes, nothing longer, and this is random, and this is practically required if you're going to be using this for botting in RuneScape, because RuneScape can track your clicks, and if they see that you're clicking in the exact same spot every single time, then they're going to pick you up, well, pick your script up anyway, and then ban your account. So you want to add randomness to your clicks and everything else you're doing, and well, also your wait times, because they can see if you click on one thing and then click on another thing exactly 500 milliseconds every single time, then they're also going to know that's a bit suspicious. So once again, you can add random. So if you do actually click things really fast, you might click it between 500 and 1500 milliseconds. So, or you might be sort of slower and click somewhere between 2 to 2.5 seconds between your clicks. So randomness can be extremely helpful, and what you can do is what you'd do is you'd set the minimum of what you'd have. So let's say you want to wait for 200 milliseconds at the minimum. Then you put 200, and then say your highest is 700. So the difference between 200 and 700 is 500. So what you'd do is you do plus random, and then what that difference is, so 500. And that will return somewhere between 200 and 700. So if we put that, first of all, we've got 453, 373, 636, 575, 491, and 302. So you can see that every single one of those are completely random. You're not getting a gradual increase or gradual decrease, and you can't really predict what the next one is going to be because they are completely random. This can, like I said, be used to help jagex not see your script. So your mouse, obviously 500 pixels is going to be too far, but let's say that it found a colour at 156. Now if you're constantly clicking at an X coordinate of 156 all the time, that's going to look suspicious. So you want it to be off by a few colours, or maybe even a few pixels, so you might end up putting 5. So that will click somewhere between 156 and 161. Actually, scratch that. That will click somewhere between 156 and 160, because one thing which I should have actually mentioned earlier is when you put a random. See if I can actually get it to show up. It will actually return between 0 and the number you put in -1. So if I was to put in 10, it would actually return between 0 and 9. See if I can get that to show up. So if I put in 10, that should return either 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 5, 5, 9, 6. So as you can see, it hasn't returned 10, and there's 0. So that is why you don't get the number that you put in, because it returns 0 or up to the one number less than what you put in. That's about all I can think about telling you for random. Use it wisely. Don't set massive offsets, because you'll end up completely misclicking what it's for. So you don't really want to find something in your inventory and go right off the screen. So don't set your random too high. Yeah, just use it wherever you can. That will help stopping your script getting detected.